Hey, tonight we're asking the question that might split Eagles Nation right down the middle. Cooper DeJean just skyrocketed 22 spots into the NFL top 100 and now sits ahead of Quinyon Mitchell. Is the NFL telling us Cooper is actually the better player, or are they completely disrespecting Quinyon? We're breaking that down. Plus, Moro Ojomo just made one of the biggest statement of Eagles camp. And Tank War Eagle, shout out to Auburn Bigsby, might quietly become one of the NFL's biggest breakout stars. This is the Philly Alert. Let's go, y'all.
Let's go!
Let's go. I can see my future and it's looking bright. Not used to the light, I was born at night, but I'm used to a fight, not a new sight. Left, right, everybody roll the dice. No regrets when I finally leave. I'll finally be the final, be a better me. My destiny is to invest in me, a quest to be the best, yeah, legend free. From a world that's been feeling so wounded, I got dreams and they feel so lucid. I got dreams that they think are stupid. It's alright, sit back cause I do this. I don't take this life for granted, my mind's expanding. It's time for a fight, command of the war. I want more, yeah, I said I want more. Took a life full of hooks, time to even the score.
Life left, so I gotta make it count. Too bloody hands, work hard just to build it now. See more doubts, see my head try to tear me down. But I won't let it show. Feelings carry me along through the struggle now. 5 toes tangled off the edge, don't look down. 6 feet deep, what will I leave when I'm underground? I don't know.
Let's go.
But watch me go.
Take a deep breath in, can you feel that? That's 1 in a billion, wait, 1 in a trillion. A life that's been given, a life that's worth living. I don't wanna miss it, I'll get up and get it. Cause I got a vision, I got ambitions.
What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy BG31 with another episode of the Philly Alert. How we doing? Birds Fan 81?
Man, we good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, sorry about the delay. We're having some technical difficulties with our audio, but we on here now. We got some things to talk about. We got to talk about Moro Ojomo. Like, the big boys got paid, and guess what? He thinks he's better than all of them. He said he's coming for the top dog spot on that defensive line, baby. And we're going to talk about that. We got some breakout players. You know, Tank Bigsby looking good out there. You got Jalen Hunt looking good out there. You know, you got some underdogs. Darius Cooper looking good out there. So we're gonna talk about a lot of those things. But you know, we're gonna start off first with, you know what, our boy Cooper DeJean is the top 100. He made top 100, guys. The top 100 player at number 38, was it? Is that what it is? 38?
Mm-hmm.
Made the top 138, which also was gonna slide him above our boy Quinyon, who made 47. We got our boy Coop. Where are all my manners with 38? So how y'all feeling about that? We're gonna start out with the show with that. How y'all feeling about that? Cooper DeJean, 38 on the top 100. First off, we gotta give him his flowers. Cooper DeJean is a beast, all pro. You know, in his second year, so, you know, he got a Super Bowl pick 6 on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, I've been saying, y'all been hearing me say, I think Coop might be a little bit better than Q. And I get y'all rebuttal, but it looks like the players around the league feels the same way as BG as always. That's always. I feel like I tell y'all something, y'all deny it, y'all say I'm tripping, but then the rest of the world comes out and says it right after I do. And then that's how it is. So how you feeling with, first give him his flowers, and then how you feeling with DeJean being 11 spots ahead of
We're gonna start calling this part of the show BG isms, and I didn't even tell you this, but we're gonna start calling this BG-isms. We got another BG-ism. First, it was here we go with Jordan Davis being better than Jalen Carter, and here comes another BG-ism with this foolishness. Man, I'll take Quinyon Mitchell over him all day. I understand he had a pick six, man, but I'm talking about a shutdown, lockdown corner. They are very rare, few and in between. It's only about 3 or 4 of them in the NFL that can just trail any number one receiver. And we saw what Quinyon Mitchell has been able to do in these first few years. So I mean that's my take on it. Like, of course I like Coop, but you give me Quinyon Mitchell. I want somebody that's gonna shut down, take away this. Deion Sanders said when he played, he knew one thing, that his side of the field, you weren't throwing to that side. That's how I feel with Quinyon Mitchell. You're not throwing to his side of the field. That's my take on it, man. Of course, I know Coop, you can plug him and play him, but man, give me Quinyon all day, every day. And whoever just said Coop different, Cooper DeJean reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins a little bit. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that, brother.
Yeah, it
That's
says
my take on it, man.
quarterbacks in man coverage with less than 125 snaps. Quinyon Mitchell, 82.2. Cooper DeJean is 81.2. They're right there in man-to-man coverage, my guy. Right there. Tied,
Hey,
basically.
man.
Tied. So
Hey,
man-to-man coverage, meaning, see, and I like when y'all come out there and be like, oh, he goes against the number one. Not only did you just see that stat, that Coop is only less than a whole point away, right? Less than a whole point away. But let me tell you some things Coop does that Q don't do. He's the best tackler in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? The best tackler. Derrick Henry, who? Boom! Meet the ground. Coop DeJean, Jamar chasing the flag. Boom! Hit the ground. He's the best tackler in the NFL. You know, he lines up in the slot. He lines up at outside. He lines up at safety. He plays 3 different positions at an all-pro level. And to top it all off, he does one thing that Q don't do in the regular season, and that's get interceptions. So when you add all that up together, I can see why that players went with BG and made him 11 spots higher than our boy Quinyon Mitchell. Now, both of them are the best at their position. I'm gonna end it with that. They're both the best at the position. He's the best slot
yeah,
corner in the
yeah.
game. He's the best cornerback in the game. But when you talk about overall player, I think that's when you got to give the nod to Coop DeJean. He just does a little bit more.
Here we go. Mitchell is shut down, guys. Coop gets beat a lot on outside. Mitchell is a top 3 corner. So
What
we
was
agree
that
with
starting
that.
message? What was that starting message? I seen something like a super chat or a GIF. What did that one say? The highlighted one.
250 MVP. Talking about Jalen Hurts, of course.
Oh yeah, he definitely gonna win MVP this year. I salute to you with
Yeah.
that gift there, baby. 250 jewels. I don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome. So like I was saying though, I love both of the guys. It's a good problem to have. I don't see either one of these players going down here anytime soon. He does got that little bit of. I think he's better than Malcolm Jenkins. I think he's better than Malcolm when he played with us. Salute to all you guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, the post notification bell. He said Mitchell's a shutdown guy. Coop gets beat a lot on the outside. Mitchell top 3 corner. He is. But if you watch the playoff game, he had those 2 picks, but he also was getting beat like an African drum out there. So by some backup scrub receivers, on that Niners team. So it is what it is. It's a good argument to have. This is the off season, that time of the year where there's not too much to really talk about practice going on. And I don't really talk about practice grades like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts threw 3 touchdowns today and 0 interceptions. And, oh, Jalen didn't have a touchdown today, but he threw 2 picks. Like all that stuff is garbage. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to say about none of that stuff. But I will talk about this one. The top 100, Is it is it real or is it just fluff? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just them disrespecting players disrespecting players, or is it keeping it real out there? So,
I
is
think
it?
it's disrespect. Like, I mean, you got to shut down corner. I mean, he goes against a gauntlet, man. Uh, CD
But Coop
Lamb,
goes against the
for
same
example.
gauntlet.
Yeah, but man, you can't compare the guys that Cooper's covering versus the guys
They're the
that
same
Kenyon's covering.
guys. Y'all don't realize all your top receivers go in the slot, and when they go in the slot, Q does not
Bro, don't do
fumble.
that. Don't, nah, bro. We talking
Coop does
about
not.
traveling.
Q doesn't need to
Kenyon's traveling.
fumble. Coop takes him, and Coop locks him down. I just
Yeah,
showed you they're
so
basically the same in man coverage. So
yeah,
I don't
but
see
I
the
mean,
difference.
man, I'm talking about play for play. We know that you want Quinyon Mitchell on CD Lamb before you put Coop on CD Lamb. That's why you drafted them. I mean, you draft a corner in the first or second round, you want them to be shut down, and that's what both of them are. I mean, but you can't. I just thought I'll take Kenyon Mitchell all day, every day, and I mean it is a good argument. But think about this: how many teams can have this argument right now? I
Right.
mean, nobody else can sit up here and say this. Is my mic clear now? I saw somebody that made a comment.
What they
Is it
say?
clear?
It's
Can
a
you hear
little,
me clearly?
I hear you, but like I said, it goes a little staticky a little at the end. After you talk, go that crack.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, y'all let us know in this chat. Y'all let's get deep down into it. What is your real take on it? Do you understand what I'm saying about he does more things? He also still covers number ones. He gets picks and he's best tackler in the league. Q shut down for sure. Only covering number ones. You don't really see him cover anything else but the number one. But he locks him down, don't give up touchdowns, and he gets picks in the playoff time. So good problem to have in Philadelphia. Like you said, not too many other people can have this problem when you got the two best cornerbacks in the league at their positions. And then this year, I want to see Reek Woolen jump back in there and become the third All Pro. We have three All Pro cornerbacks for the first time in NFL history, baby. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome this year, and I'm excited to see it. Is it Oscar? The talent, the talent Q is if he could catch, he would be a receiver. Yeah. If he could catch, he would be the number one quarter. Well, he is the number one cornerback, but he will be perceived by everybody as the number one cornerback in the NFL if he can catch the ball in the regular season. Just give me
They say
two.
a receiver is just they say the top DBs are just receivers that can't catch.
That's what
That's
they
what they
say.
always say. We heard that ever since we was kids. If they couldn't catch the ball, they'll say, "All right, put them at DB."
And then linebackers are running back that can't hold the ball. That will fumble in there. You know what I'm saying? Them athletic linebackers.
I can't DB. What's happening, bro?
What up, my guy? How you doing? Y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe, post notification bell, guys. He said, what did he say right there?
Woolen is definitely going to be able to get his name back popping this year, just because of those other two problems we have at cornerback. I agree.
But you gotta realize he's gonna get a lot of
What's
targets.
up, Blazing Bones? What's up, bro?
He's gonna get a lot of targets this year. A lot of targets. Woolen,
Yeah.
he's probably about to be one of the highest targeted cornerbacks in the league this year. You don't want to throw Q away. You're not throwing in the slot with DeJean. That means you on number two all day. That's what we're gonna see. A lot of him, Woolen getting tested early in the season, man. But I think he's up for the challenge. That length, that speed. Being part of this defense, man. We got one of the most elite defenses, if not, no, I would say the most elite defense in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? Is Woolen even on the list? I will say he can't be ahead of DeJean, so that means Woolen's not on the list. One big thing about this top 100 that I say is disrespectful is how the hell don't you have Lane Johnson on the top 100? I heard that Lane Johnson is not on the top 100 list, and I think that's absolutely garbage. I don't care if he got hurt. there's people that got hurt last year that are on this list already. So don't use that as an excuse. How don't you have the best tackle in football on your top 100, guys? Help me out. Help me figure that one out. I think that's the part that's disrespectful.
Probably because he was injured. You
Jalen
think
Hurts.
about it. He was injured last year a lot. So they may be going off of that. That's the only thing I can think because he's well respected. I mean, everybody knows he's a Hall of Famer. Um, him and Kelsey, everybody always talked about them. So I just think it was because he was hurt, man. That's the only reason, that I can think of. Because everybody respects the Eagles offensive line. So it would be hard for me to think that they would just disrespect Lane Johnson like that.
I
What
wouldn't
do you
go
think,
that,
Kane?
but I'm gonna say if that's the case, then I don't want to see Patty Mahomes on this list. If you're going off injuries, I don't want to see Patty Mahomes on this list anymore.
Don't forget they keep saying Woolen fell off. Woolen wasn't on that list. And the media is tired of talking about us, so they will use stuff to keep us out. Now that I agree with.
Fact.
They will do anything to keep the Eagles out of the media because it went from Dallas being America's team to the Birds being America's team.
The new Americans team right there,
Yeah.
baby. Bleach Green. It was so awesome today. I was out in Philly today. Man, I was in, first I started out in South Philly by the stadium. Made my way up to North Philly, man. I just love the architecture in the city, man. Like, there's just a lot of different type of people, a lot of different types of buildings and architects. And man, I just like to say salute to you, Philly. Now, all thing I don't like about Philly is the traffic. Like, there's some traffic times that reminds me of LA, and I don't like sitting in traffic. That's the one thing I do have a gripe about is that traffic in Philly gets a little backed up. But yeah, man. So y'all let us know in the chat who y'all personally think is the better, cornerback, and also let us know is it at the top 100 disrespectful or is it the truth? Let us know in the chat, and we will definitely put it up there and see how everybody's taking this so far.
We need to talk about Jurgens and Dickerson. We need to talk about Jurgens and Dickerson to stay healthy. They do that, we will take it far this season. So Saquon to run this ball again. Hey, we agree with you, Blazing Bones 22. If the Eagles' offensive line is healthy, they're a top 3 offense in the NFL. Nobody can argue that.
They're number 1 offense in the NFL. It's that was the only problem last year, guys. We talk about this. I'm gonna keep beating it into your head like an African drum. Okay, Jurgie was hurt, Lane was hurt, and Landon was hurt last year.
Yeah.
Those are 3 best linemen we got. Now, Jurgie and Dickerson went over to Columbia and had this procedure done. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get it done in the U.S. So they come back feeling fresh and healthy this off season. So it's definitely going to be a plus seeing these guys out there. I even heard Dickerson, they were asking him in his press conference. They're like, so Landon, is it true that you were debating, retirement? He's like, who said that? Nope. I don't know. Where'd you hear that from? So that means that surgery or that procedure was so good. He's feeling fresh. And he ain't felt fresh since college. So that's a good thing. I don't know what he did, but anybody else on our team, maybe even JC might want to see if maybe next offseason, if his shoulders start giving him some problems, he go take that trip and get some things worked out on him. So
I don't think a lot of people understand when your center is hurt and injured, what that does to your offensive line. Because when you lose Kelsey, that already hurts. But when you lose his replacement as well, man, that takes a lot out of that offensive line. Then you lose Lane Johnson. And I mean, everybody we tried to plug in, they just didn't do the job. So if you think about that, man, for the Eagles to be 11-6 last year was really a miracle. I don't think another team could have pulled that off with as many injuries as we had on that offensive line.
Facts. And like you said, 11-6, easily 14-3. And that's so crazy. I be hearing people like, I think we're going 10-7. I'm like, do you really think we're gonna lose more games than we lost last year with a better team and better coaching? Like, that's ridiculous. ridiculous, guys. You're looking at a minimum. I say minimum 13 wins. Minimum. And a maximum 17-0 till proven otherwise. You know how I roll with that. I think we're going 14-3. I've been saying that all off season long, and I'm sticking to it. Said, let me keep pulling the same hamstring.
Yeah.
That's not a good as well. Shake my head. Yeah, Lemon, man, that's my guy. But he's coming out of college. You know what I'm saying? He got to learn to stay hydrated. He got to learn to get his pro body active. So, you know what I'm saying? Rookies, man, they come straight from the combine warriors. You know what I'm saying? Being combine warriors where you're just working out and really like not doing any kind of football activities. Devontae Smith also pulled his hamstring. They say neither one of these guys they're worried about, but they're going to be very precautionary with them over the next couple of weeks to make sure by the time that start of the season starts, they're 100%. And I don't mind it. Am I a little concerned that it's two of them already? You already pulled it twice, my guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if I'm the Eagles, I'm getting our trainers on them, giving them the best regimen possible, maybe even keeping him out because we don't, like I told you guys before, he probably will be our number 2 receiver, but it's not going to really happen. I don't feel like it's going to happen till like week 5.
I think next year. I don't think this year he's gonna. I mean, I think we're gonna have to give him time. We're talking about like how many rookie receivers can come into the league and just light it up. We're talking about going and you're replacing Devontae Smith because last year, we had AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. We had 2 number ones. So technically, you're asking him to be Devontae Smith now. Man, that's a hard ask for a rookie. It can happen, but man, the chances of those happening are like 1 in a million. How many people can draft like look at Marvin Harrison, Junior right now. He's struggling.
He's trash.
And we wanted him like we were talking about trading for him earlier this year, during the summer. And
that would have worked
like,
out. I think that's team too. He went to a trash team. Like people don't understand losing can bring down your play too. When you get drafted, that's what's wrong with all these top 10 draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Unless a team traded a player to get a higher draft pick, you're going to a trash team where you're going to be the best player and pretty much the only player defenses have to worry about. So that's going to make it extremely hard your first couple years in the season, and players lose confidence. And I think that's what happened with Harrison Jr. He lost confidence. He went to the trash Arizona Cardinals. They suck, and he needs to get back on the winning team. He needs to get on a winning team before you really start seeing his true potential. Someone needs to go in there, build his confidence, give him something to be motivated about. With Lemon, most Biletnikoff Award winners, you know what I'm saying? Most of them are good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the best receiver in college football. The last couple of years, we've been getting guys like that, and it's been good. That come into the league has been pretty good. Devontae Smith did the same thing, came in, started his rookie year. Like I said, we got so much talent on this roster, and the way we're going to be spreading the ball out, you're going to see him do some good things. Like I said, I feel like it's more going to be because I don't think we're ever going to get to the same level as we did with AJ and Devontae. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get to that level of offense where you're only featuring 2 people. That's not going to happen. It's going to be Devontae featured, and whoever's the hot hand out of those other 3 guys there from Wicks. Hollywood Brown been stretching out the field, doing good, making some plays out there. Wicks been climbing the ladder, making some plays out there. We got Darius Cooper who's trying to push. He's trying to push for that roster
he's
spot.
really playing good, right? We're gonna get to the breakout players, but yeah, he's really having a good camp.
So these guys have to be ready, man. When you add in Goddard, Stowers, the running game, we're gonna definitely get talking about that. With Tank Bigsby coming out of the backfield, man. Like you don't need him to put up Devontae Smith numbers his rookie year. Like Devontae came in and broke the rookie record, kind of like from Deshaun Jackson. You don't need him to come in and break the rookie record. Now, if he does, it means Jalen Hurts is having an MVP season like I think he's going to have him. He's going to probably break that 4,000-yard mark or get pretty close to it if he ended up having Lemon has 1,000 yards. Because you got to look at, like I said, Hollywood Brown's going to get some nice targets this year. Wicks is going to probably start out the season. He's been balling this offseason. He's waiting to prove that he should be a starting receiver in the NFL. And we got a lot of guys on that roster just looking to prove themselves, looking to take their game to the next level. And I think, he's just going to be one of them, the rookie. I love his confidence. Did we have a clip from him from the, let me see here. Did I have a lemon clip? Did I put that one on here? Let's see. This is it. See how smooth he is breaking. Watch that again. Look at the footwork. Boom, boom,
He hurt his
boom.
hamstring right there.
Right after that clip,
I don't care how smooth you are. You
Put the
gotta
camera
be on
away.
the field, man.
Camera away.
And I want this light skinned dude to do great. Like I want Drake to be the guy. I want the light skinned nation to stand up, but this man gotta be on the field. We need this guy to stand up for we always talking about the Eagles drafting, and we're gonna shift from the offense to to the defense here. We just talked about Lemon. Let's talk right here. Moro Ojomo wants to be the best DT in Philly. I love watching his interviews with his accent.
It's really great, all the work that they put in. I've been with those guys now 3 years, and I've seen them develop, I've seen them grow, and ultimately I've seen them dominate, right? So I'm just happy for them, happy that they could get it done.
As a follow-up, do you consider what it means for you?
I think that when you get into those thoughts, that it can be a rabbit hole. So I'd rather kind of steer clean from them. At the end of the day, we got a football season to play. I've got an agent, and he's hired for a reason. So he needs to do his job, and I'll do my job, and we'll see what happens.
Is it your choice to go into your last year and now sign a contract now, or was there an offer there for you?
I haven't. There's no. The thought process, right, is at the end of the day, kind of where my agent's leading me, and if there was an agreement right now, it would be an agreement, obviously, everyone would know. So obviously there's no agreement as of right now, and, like Jeff Simmons is with the agency, right, we've got a lot of really big, talented players, so I really do believe that he can do his job at a high level, and I know that if I'm trying to do his job for him, I'm going to become a worse player.
Generally.
Yeah. He's out there letting you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the bag. If I go out there chasing the bag, my numbers might go down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Moro Ojomo's next in his pipeline. We need to start calling it defensive tackle you, because we're spitting them out right now. You got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. We just let go of Milton Williams the year before we got a monster contract with the Patriots. And then you still have Moro Ojomo right in line to be that next guy up. And like he says, like if you watch the whole interview, like he wants to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like he thinks it's cool that they got paid. It's expiring for him. It's something that he can look forward to if he goes out there and play the ball that he knows how to play. And I think he got the talent to do it. That's why it was so big when these trade rumors came up about, we might trade, Jalen Carter for Crosby or for Myles Garrett. That's the only reason why I even felt like you can even entertain that was because a guy like Moro Ojomo, who's been getting better and better and better every single year, was behind him. I said to have Jalen Carter and Moro Ojomo. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis is good, but if you had Moro Ojomo and Jordan Davis, that would have been good too. Plus, you got what the other bull name is, Young, who's playing some good football last year, is getting better too. So we got a nice 4 defensive tackle. We'll see what happens with these other guys
And notice
behind
that
him.
you didn't even bring up the big free agent splash, Grenard. Notice
We
we
not
didn't even talk about him. Like
yeah.
the Eagles' defensive tackles, defensive linemen are so deep, edge rushers, that we're not even talking about one of the top defensive pass rushers in the league right now, Jonathan Grenard. Think about that. How many teams could honestly say, like, hey, we can go 6 deep? We can put 6 guys on the field. We're confident that they can hold their own against any offensive line, especially in our conference, because nobody in our conference has a good offensive line. So we're going to be in the backfield all day against the Commanders, against the Cowboys, against the Giants. It's going to be a nightmare. And then, we also got to give Fangio, he had Moro Ojomo is another toy for him. So he can line this guy up and just let him go, man. So we're sitting real pretty right now. So let me ask you this question. Can he be better than Jordan Davis?
No.
Okay.
Again. Okay. No one on our team can be better than Jordan Davis. Okay. And I think it's a lie.
Hey.
He's too big, he's too fast, he's too strong, and he's getting up there. So no one. But who could be coming is the next guy he talks about here. Moro Ojomo talking about.
Like, I just think that he needs to start understanding, like, I don't know, just like football. It's like you come in here, you're like A gap, B gap. He's like, what the fudge is an A gap, B gap? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta like get yourself some experience to get yourself some of that just background knowledge.
Bernard, that guy right there. That's another freaking nature coming up in the ranks right here. Look at this boy practice. Look how big he is.
I play that clip again and look at the coach holding on for Dillon. He like to push them. He like to push the man off. That dude holding on for dear life, man. Imagine seeing this big monster walk.
He got that girl man strength. That African Kunta Kinte strength right there, boy. That boy's strong. That boy's strong. He's like as tall as just freaking Jordan Davis and probably weigh about the same amount. It's just Jordan's got fat and he's pure muscle. He's been out in the jungles wrestling bears, chopping trees. You know what I'm saying? You've seen him practice. You know what I'm saying? You've seen him practice hitting his technique against trees, man. That's some crazy stuff right there. He got that strength that a lot of Americans don't got. I'll tell you that much.
Hey man, remember Reggie White? How he would just take them 300-pound linemen and move them. I think we looking at the next Reggie White. If once he figures it all out, give him like 2 years, man, it's gonna be ugly, and then he's gonna be loyal because he's just happy to be over here.
One contract has fed his whole tribe.
Yeah. And so and we joking right now, but man, he is really happy to be over here, and he'll be loyal to Philly, and he'll probably even give us a discount.
You give a 5-year, $10 million contract. He'll give you 15 sacks once he makes it, goddammit. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I will do anything for you. Thank you. Thank you.
She's a queen.
But that boy crazy.
Man, that athletic ability, man, like if you look at him, like even doing the drill, he just walks up to it and he pushes it. It looked like he didn't even know the drill yet. They had to like they're having to really it's almost like he's playing a toilet bowl ball. Like the first time those kids come up, the 6-7-year-olds down said, "Hi, what is that?" That's what he's going through right now. A gap, B gap. Yeah.
It's his 4th practice ever. Anybody that plays football go back that far back. You know what I'm saying? To your 4th practice. Like Moro said, what, sixth grade, fourth practice? You don't know very much of anything. What are you talking about? Which gap? What does that mean? What does gap mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, the funny thing I want to talk about that because he had said that he had told him he didn't watch these football movies, but he told him to go watch Rudy. Now, if you were to talk to Bernard, what movie would you suggest to him to go watch? Because I would tell him to go watch Latimer and Mac from the program. That's who I
I
want
was
you to.
thinking the same thing in the program. Yeah,
That's who I want you to come
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I
the
want to see
program.
snot bubbles
Yeah,
coming out their nose. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
are you talking about my mama?
yeah.
What the
That's the
fuck's okay?
same. Yeah, the program came to mind. Like everybody, like we 90. He graduated in 90. 99. So we those 90s kids, and
Yes,
man, you
sir.
think about that. Like we did watch the program before
I just
on
watched
every
it again the other
Friday.
day.
We watched the program. Like that was just protocol. If you was in the locker room, you go watch a film and you gonna chill out. And that program was always a film of choice. And
Yeah.
so yeah, the program.
Rudy was a good movie too. I'm not gonna lie. Rudy was
Yeah.
good. Remember the Titans? I
Yeah,
would just
remember
have
the
them.
Titans was good
I
too.
would do a whole movie night with them. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a whole movie night going. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we're gonna start out with the program. Friday Night Lights, any given Sunday. You know,
The Blind
The
Side,
Blind
that's a good
Side.
one.
Yes, that's another
Yeah.
good one to help them watch. The Blind Side. Radio. Goddamn it, let them watch Radio too. Shit.
Radio is a good movie though. Hey, Cuba Gooding Jr., man, that joke can act. That was a good movie. I'm gonna watch that tonight, man.
We just having fun with y'all. What movie would y'all tell? Let us know, man. Shout out to all y'all here. Hit that like. What movie, if you wanted, Moro Ojomo not Moro Ojomo, but Uar Bernard to really feel the American football, what movie would you send his way? You know what I'm saying? What movie would you send his way? Let's get caught up in those checks. I see we got like 20 of them, man. We got 20 of them. I don't know if we've seen any of them. Of those
I'm up.
19.
We got them.
So what movie would y'all want? Because I think definitely a program. Uh, Friday Night Lights is good, like I said. What's some more football? There was this other football movie I remember too. What's the Kurt Warner movie? Remember that one that came out? The movie by Kurt Warner movie. What's it called? The Kurt Warner movie. That was a really good movie too. So
The
basically, any
Longest
movie.
Yard.
The Longest Yard. Yes. What was the dude naming The Longest Yard too? The big black. You want football? You want football?
Yeah.
I make a good play. I make a play. I make a play. That's who he's. That's who he reminds me of in The Longest Yard. That's who he reminds me of. That's crazy. Yeah, that would be another good movie, man. There's a lot of great football movies out, man. Like you can sit
Jerry
back.
Maguire. We
Jerry
got
Maguire. Hey, after he starts getting on the football field, then you show him Jerry Maguire so he can learn show me the money.
Invisible. We forgot all. Oh man, that's disrespectful, man.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of them. There's a
yeah,
lot of them. There's some good
yeah.
movies out there for sure, man. There's some good movies out. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie on there? Smash the like, subscribe, join. What's your favorite movie out there? What did they say? Invincible. Oh yeah, with Mark Wahlberg. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Another great one. You know what? It's not so much of a football movie, but it kind of falls under the rim, the silver lining. You know what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Eagles movie. It wasn't really a football, more like Bradley Cooper, mental health, and the Philadelphia Eagles. But that's still a semi-NFL football movie. It wasn't a football playing movie, but it's about the best football team in the nation. So you definitely gotta let him see that one too. Any Philadelphia Eagles movie, you definitely gotta let him see it because that Invincible was a Eagles movie too. That dude
Any
played.
given Sunday. Oh,
Ooh.
we got We Almost Them.
Ah,
Last Boy
sweet
Scout.
feeling. Oh, the last Boy Scout. They
The
coming
Long
out.
Shots.
The long shots, yes.
Necessary Roughness.
How did we forget that?
1991.
How did we forget that one? That's another
Yeah.
classic, man. There was another one too that Snoop Dogg did. It was a little kids popcorn movie, but it was pretty cool. You know, the
Oh
little
yeah.
kids.
You talking about hold on.
I forgot
What
the
about
name.
the water boy too?
Water Boy.
Oh,
That's
man.
actually a good one too, because Waterboy, he didn't really know how to play football too. He just went out there hitting people. So that's actually another really good one you might want to show a guy like him to let him know that it's not really about. Don't focus so much. Obviously, when you're not on the football field, we want you learning plays, learning positions, learning what A, B, C gap mean. You know what I'm saying? Learning what a defensive tackle and a defensive end is, linebacker is. You want them learning that stuff. But when you actually have them on the football field, you want him to be Bobby Boucher, baby.
Oh yeah. Varsity Blues, and you talking about the long shots.
Got the long shots.
Yeah.
So you want him to learn that part, which is like all you got, because it's not like it took Jordan Mailata 3 years, right? And now he's the one of the
Mm-hmm.
best left tackles in football. I don't think it's going to take him that long because he played defensive tackle. There's only so much
Mm-hmm.
movement you got going on in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got different gaps you're hitting, but a man with his kind of strength, that grown man strength that he got, man. He gonna
Yeah.
be moving people. You teach him how to get low and how to explode out of his stance. You teach him those two things, you might have a Pro Bowler just for those two things out of the way, man. Because like that strength, he's gonna be throwing people if he gets on the football field. I really
Oh
think
yeah.
it'd be interesting to see if the Eagles will even leave him on the 53-man roster. I know he doesn't count against our roster if we decide to like not have him on the 53. He wouldn't count against our roster, the 90-man roster or whatever. But we got till September, man. Like all you
Oh
gotta
yeah.
do, teach him the bull rush. You know what I'm saying? Teach him the bull rush. That's all you gotta teach him out for. Just
Yeah.
teach him how to bull rush. And I think he'd be good at that because he's just coming straight up and going forward. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt about it.
I get him
Somebody
in on the
put in there
preseason.
All American. That was good.
The All
Yeah.
American. I know about the series.
Yeah.
That was a good football series. All
Yeah.
American.
Very
They
good.
lost me after like season 5, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really get when they be going like season. How many years these people going to school for one?
You're right.
I done got 8 seasons of All American. The last I checked, you in high school for 4 years, okay? Oh, that's my little baby Z. That's my daughter Z. Little bird getting in the building. She said she likes All American. Shout out to my kids, man. They've been great having them this summer, man. Daddy loves them to the fullest, baby. They love them to the fullest. Shout out
Yeah.
to you, Z. Yeah. What's next on the list there?
Next, we got we're gonna shift from defense to offense. We're gonna talk about War Eagles. Shout out to all the Auburn fans watching SEC. Tank Bigsby. Is it a breakout season incoming? I don't know if we have a clip or not, but we all know that Tank, he has slimmed up a little bit. He is looking agile. He is looking quick. He is hungry right now. So
And
it's
I
Tank
love this
Bigsby.
clip about here. This one's not gonna talk about his game, but this is this mindset that I really
Yeah.
love about Tank.
It'll just come back to not letting your teammate down. Don't let Jay get hurt. Don't let Jay get hit. And I take a big accountability piece on that. So when I get an opportunity to pass pro, I try to step up, and if I got to put my body on the line, that's what I got to do. Get ran over slow, I do the booming. So I feel like that's what it is. Pass pro is our heart. Whatever you come bring to the table is our heart.
Put his body on the line. Tank will do anything to get
Yeah.
more PT. He's been
Yeah.
traumatized by Kevin Patullo putting him in a game,
Mm.
him breaking out for 2 good runs, and Patel like, no. Go back to the bench, my guy. You're doing too much. You're doing too
Yeah.
much. Back to the bench you go. Bring Saquon back in here, man.
And you
He
gotta
is the
think they
weapon.
traded for him too. And then how do you trade for that man and not even use him? Like that's very rare that you see somebody trade for a backup running back and not try to work him in the system for at least 6 to 8 carries a game.
Yeah.
Like the spell running backs they call it. Even when you playing Madden, Everybody knows like you gonna get that second running back. So you want to work them in. You know, you want
And
to
he
throw a
comes
few
in when you
screens.
don't want him to be in. You think you still got Saquon in it, then it's gonna be Tank Bigsby in the game. Here you
Yeah,
go. Like, what the
yeah.
hell? I did not sub nobody out. What the hell's going on here?
But I think we're gonna see like a lot of two backs. You know, we talked about that 12. You know, I think we're gonna see him back there a lot with Saquon. And I'm
Yeah.
interested to see, you know, because I mean that's gonna open up a lot of that's gonna open up Devontae and those receivers a whole lot.
And see, with the passing game we're going with too, you gotta realize, you see how many carries were the Saquon average last year a game? 'Cause I feel like you need to have Saquon have at least 20 rushes a game, at least 20 rushes and maybe like 5 receptions. It's about 25 touches, for sure. And then you'll let a guy like Bigsby come in with like 8 to 10 touches from receiving and running the football, at least 5 running. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the way his running style is. And hell, if you make a decision that Barkley's catching the ball really good and you want to really kind of build on his stats, because your star players got to get the stats too. They always try to make sure that they got their number to keep them at that elite level and the league status that they're at. But you can at least get Tank, especially if he breaks a long one off. You can give him some more carries throughout that game. At least 5 to 8 carries a game. You're looking at like 8 to 10 touches a game. That's not too much to ask for. And it keeps the offense more balanced, and it also keeps different dynamic to this offense where you don't really know who's going to touch the ball on any given play. Like people don't realize that is the major thing that helps you win football games when the defense does not have a clue who's about to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to display? When you have so many stars on your team, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like our team is built like a good basketball team. There's a bunch of positions, you know what I'm saying? Like the complements of receivers, you got the Smitty, the Lemon, the Big Wigs, the Burner, Hollywood, the little dude, Cooper, and then on the running backs, you still got Saquon, Barkley, and Tank Bigsby. You got Pierce back there, the dude from the Niners back there. You still got Shipley, who I think, with all these running backs, you're starting to forget about, who actually played pretty decent with this football team. So there's
Yeah.
still a lot of people out there. We got a deep, deep, skill position room, especially if you look at the tight ends from Dallas Goddard, Grant Calcaterra, Store, Mud, you know what I'm saying? Right. We got a lot of depth at the skill positions, on this Philadelphia Eagles team. That's going to be crazy to see because a lot of these players going to get cut. And they're gonna
Yes,
be
they
they're
are.
gonna be getting some meaningful time on other NFL rosters. I tell you that much for sure. Because I don't know how they feel about Shipley, but if you're keeping Shipley, Tank, you know,
Yeah.
uh, Barkley, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how many running backs you're gonna keep this year. Maybe you keep Pierce, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you keep the dude from the Niners. I forgot the boy name is, but he was pretty good. Mitchell. He's another good running back. So, and I think there was an undrafted free agents that were actually pretty good at the running back position too. So, those top two are locked in. Who the battle for those last 2 spots gonna be really good. I'm gonna be really interested to see in the preseason and see who actually steps up and makes a name for themselves. Because
Pick up on Saquon's stats last year, 280 280 for 1,140 yards, 280 attempts.
1,400. So that's like averaging how many attempts a game you think that is?
16 games, that's not a lot, man. Like,
Yeah,
probably like, what, 18, 17, somewhere in there.
like 17 touches a game. That's not great. That's not bad. I'd like to see him in that 2025 range for sure. I think that's about right. 'Cause I feel like our offense, like even if you want to go off the numbers from last year, everybody could have had more numbers. You know, like it was that trash that everybody could have had better numbers. AJ could have had better numbers. Smitty could have had better numbers. Gotti could have had better numbers. Saquon could have had better numbers. Like the offense, we had a lot of 3 and outs. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't on the field very much. I feel like a lot of the time the defense was on the field. So
He went
with
from
Tank,
touching the ball 22 times to 18 times. If you look at that, the averages on there, and he went from averaging 125 a game to 71 yards a game. Imagine how that sucks. Now that's big, man. That tells you how awful this guy was at calling plays. 125 yards to 71 yards.
no, that shows you how bad our offensive line play was. Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
talking about
last
for
year,
too
man.
long. Like,
But I'm saying even the plays he was calling when you had those backups in, he was getting met 3 yards behind the field. Like I started to feel like he was back on the Giants when I was watching. I'm like, did we switch teams with the Giants from 2 years ago? Because Saquon, every time he touched the ball, he was getting hit in the backfield. Every single
mhm.
time. Getting drilled in the backfield. So that's the offensive line play. It's also the coordinators play, like you said, like you could be doing more traps if that's the case. There's too much penetration. There's ways
Yeah,
to stop that. Cut blocks, trap blocks, things like that help your running back out tremendously. You know what I'm saying? You see teams that don't have very good running backs still rush the ball at a high level because they understand that about the schemes and whatnot. So hopefully Cooper comes in with some answers for that this year. So
say that one more time, bro.
I said, hopefully Cooper comes in with some good answers for
Oh
that.
yeah. Like I think on this year, we'll be back. I think everything is falling back in place this year. I'm not really worried about the offense this year, especially like after watching all these press conferences. The offensive line says it's complicated, but yet it's simple for them.
Yeah.
And everybody is very high calling Sean Mannion an offensive genius. And that's
Yeah.
saying that he's like like he's a chemist, like he stays in the lab. And sometimes you find these coaches, man, they just live for football. Like
Yeah.
their family knows it, their friends know it. Everybody knows, like, hey, this guy's going to be a great coach one day. And I really do think that's what we found with him. Like all around the league, I was watching Andy Dalton, and he said that he had knew about Sean before, So he said he had already studied him and he knew what he was getting into, and that he's ran this type of offense before, and that they should be successful. And when you got a vet like Andy Dalton talking like that, who's been in the league for 1,000 years, it seems like he older than Methuselah. Hey,
I'm like,
that's a
did they
good
get
thing.
drafted together? Man.
Hey, I think so. Yeah, like
He's like, hey, what up, Ruby? We got drafted the same year. Now I'm your coach, my guy. And yeah, they're still throwing that rock though. That's another thing to talk about. No one really talking about the quarterback position, man. Like they're still going back and forth between Andy Dalton and McKee. And then that young bull, Cole, whatever the boy name is that we
mhm.
drafted, is out there lining up, even to the point where he got praise from our head coach Nick. Let's listen to what Nick had to say about Cole.
But it seems like Cole Hayden has had more practice reps than we're used to seeing from the number 4 quarterback. Why is that?
Again, we really like that quarterback room. My job as the head coach is to be able to provide enough reps throughout practice, whether that's in training camp or whether that's in season, to allow guys to develop. I think sometimes you can get very zeroed in, especially in training camp, where the ones and twos are just getting reps, especially in the season where the ones are getting reps. And I think what we've done a good job of here in the past is, and currently, is finding ways to work our developmental guys, because those guys that might not be they got reps in OTAs, but now the pads come on and you're in the season or you're in your training camp, of finding ways to get them reps, whether that's in walkthroughs or whether that's in developmental periods or whether that's in with the threes at the end. But I think we're all excited about that quarterback room, and Cole's done a nice job. He's not afraid to rip it in there. Over top of linebacker now, he had those couple picks early on, and he'll learn from those, and he has learned from those. But I've liked what I've seen from him so far.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the young bull's doing good. We got a quarterback factory going on here. 3 good quarterbacks. Now we just need a superstar to get hurt. Knock on wood. I don't really want nobody to get hurt, but I'm just saying I feel like that's the reason why the Eagles are keeping so many right now. You always see training camp. There's always one quarterback, one star quarterback that goes down. Hopefully not. Knock on wood.
Like
I'm not.
Tua, Tua
Yeah.
already hurt. So that confirms
Tua
what
hurt
you just
already,
said. Yeah.
and he's on Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Penix, did he ever get healthy?
I don't think he healthy quite yet. I think he okay. But
ATL, holla at your boy Howie. We got him. He gonna fleece you for a first, though, my guy. I think we got rid of Dalton. We probably get a second or third, or maybe a third or fourth. But we got Tanner McKee, still young, still a gunslinger out there. I think we can get a second round pick. I feel like in the draft we should have traded him at one point, and got a decent draft pick because there was some positions still open. You're gonna get teams like Arizona. You know what I'm saying? They still got quarterback issues over there. The Jets. You're gonna go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know they're saying Aaron Rodgers should be coming back for another season, but he's 117 years old. And
yeah.
I think he'd be getting a little messed up in his off seasons a lot of the time, hanging out in a cage by himself like a real weirdo, but
Give him that gas. Good gas.
I think like teams like that can definitely use a quarterback. And we shall see.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like somebody's gonna be on the move though. I think somebody's gonna be. I think they like Cole Payton. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was another one from last year too that we drafted. And they liked it. That I got some PT at the end of last year. Um, so I really feel like they're only keeping both of them in rotation because one was about to go.
So with that being said, talking to the chat as well, besides the quarterback, Peyton, who's the Eagles' biggest breakout player? Like right now, who do y'all feel so far? I'm going with Coop, at the receiver spot. Like right now, I feel like the way that he's playing, he's gonna be the number 3. Like they were already high on him, but I think he's gonna be the third or the fourth. I mean, I know he's gonna make the roster because they were branded. That was on the receiver they were talking about for a couple of days. Like they were really talking about how he's going to get balls. Even Hurts gave a compliment him. So if you got your franchise quarterback that's high on the receiver, and where is Stores at? Like we were real big on him, and you want a Sadiq real bad, and now we see why. But I'm gonna go with Cooper, so
That's big.
Jalen Hunt, okay. Hunt's had a good, you want to touch on Hunt?
Hunt is doing great right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, like you heard it to the point where Hunt has leapfrogged Nolan as the new starter. Him and Grenard, because I even heard in Nolan press conference, he's like, they got you going on both sides. He goes, yeah, I got 2 great guys ahead of me right now. So I go back and forth. That's good. I think he understands that he took a step back last year and he got leapfrog last year. And I think that's going to make him even hungrier this year. Maybe a few snaps will make him a little bit hungry, but I think Jalen Hunt's on that next level. Then we got Jalen's up here talking. Let's see what he had to say.
Like, I just think that he needs to start understanding, like...
That wasn't it. What was it? I didn't come on here. Damn it. I have one of Jalen's talking. I know where it's at, but yeah, Jalen's Hunt. The sky's the limit for this dude. Like everybody's talking about Grenard being the number 1 sack getter on our football team. Not saying he can't do it, but I really feel like Jalen Hunt might do it back-to-back years, leading our team in sacks and still get a couple turnovers, interceptions, or whatever the hell, a fumble recovery, whatnot. Because I feel like every year he's gotten better. See, that's what I like to do with football, guys. Use my eyes when I'm watching football every year. Every single year, I want that guy that was a young guy to take the next step. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell the players are going to be great because every year they keep getting better, 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 better to the point where the better has to be one of the best in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. Sometimes you get guys like Coop and Q who only needs 1 year to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, and then the next year you're both all pros. But that's not an every year thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't normally see that happen. But guys like Hunt, man, like he's gotten better and better every single year. He deserved everything he's about to get this year. And he's about to light the league up. You know what I'm saying? He's working on so many different pass rush moves. You're starting to see him go some of these pass rush seminars, man. The sky's the limit. He's still young as hell. You know what I'm saying? The third year he's been playing a position because he played safety before. So it's like he's putting it all together. And he beefed up too. He's that press conference because I put a little muscle on, you know what I'm saying? I put a little muscle on. And that's all he really needed. He already had the size, the athleticism, and the skill to you add some muscle on there, man. Sky's the limit for Hunt. I do like Jalen Hunt. I do think he's gonna be a double-digit sack guy this year. And he's gonna stay the starter of this football team moving forward. And Grenard, it's up to you if you can get healthy, stay healthy, because I think Nolan that's also gonna light a fire under Nolan Smith's ass this year. And I think he's gonna come back hungry, trying to get his job back. Like he was saying, I just wanted to make it through 18 games last year. I know my play went down, but I think I'm coming back.
Any word about Jahad Campbell in training camp? He's a good breakout too. He's been in camp, but he's having a good camp. But he just graduated from Alabama this past weekend. Shout out to him. And now he's back in camp, and he's wearing number 11. So that's our new. We got rid of AJ, and so Campbell's gonna be all right. Huh?
Can we get a roll tide out of you?
No, he ain't getting no roll tide out of me. No. War Eagle and whoever's playing Alabama. But roll tide, yeah. There we go. Roll tide. But Campbell's doing real good in camp, and the staff, they really Fangio was a big fan of Campbell. You gotta think that was one of his draft picks. So he's gonna be good this year. And think about what happened to the defense last year when Campbell went out at Eagles Dynasty 20. I don't know if you remember that, but when Campbell went out, when they took him out, man, the chemistry guy, it went to 0 for a couple of games.
Yeah. I will say this for breakout player. I'm going to go with Andrew Makuba. The last couple of practices here, Andrew Makuba been lighting it up. You know what I'm saying? He just picked off first, I think it was today or yesterday. I'm hearing a lot of goodness now that he's healthy. He's back. Before he got hurt his rookie year, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was playing some decent football. You know what I'm saying? He's already making plays and whatnot. Yep. Now he's healthier. He's had time to really study this playbook, understand the banjo. And the way him, Epps, and even Michael Carter III are playing that safety spot, and then you throwing Cooper DeJean back there in base. I don't think we need a safety. Everybody thought it was going to be the weakest position on our team, but I don't think we need one anymore. I think these guys are all showing up. I love the veteran style that Epps play with. Makuba's your CJGJ. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Gardner Johnson Jr. 2.0. That's your Makuba. And then you're going to have Reed Blankenship and Michael Carter. Michael Carter loves to be playing back there. He's been making some plays. He said he really likes being able to see the whole field back there. It really helps him out in the way he plays football. And I think we all were like, oh, we need a safety. We need safety. We need safety. But I think that time is over. I don't think we need a safety anymore. I think these guys are going to do their damn job at a high level. Maybe if someone gets hurt, you might want to go get one off the street. But you got to also remember Cooper DeJean will be making his transition at safety. Because I don't know. I don't really feel like the slot corner is just his final position. I think he's going to be a starting safety that can play slot corner. See, that's what Malcolm Jenkins was. Malcolm Jenkins was your starting safety who came and played the nickel cornerback spot whenever he needed to come out when he had the formations out there like that. So I think that's where they're moving Cooper DeJean to, and then eventually it'll be Coop DeJean with Makuba as your starting safeties on this football team.
Yeah, and you remember I told y'all early in the summer, I said we don't need a safety. When you got Fangio is going to work with what we have. He's going to turn these guys. He's going to get the best out of them. He's going to put them in the best positions to make plays. You got one of the top defense coordinators, possibly a Hall of Famer here that we have. So, we had nothing to worry about. I was never worried about the safety. because I mean, it seemed like to me, we sometimes Eagles fans, we always overreact. Like
Oh
we
yeah.
we overreact bad. We act like we're the cowgirls. We act like we're not winning. We won 11 games on an off year. We can't forget that on a bad season with a trash offensive line. They might have called me one time to come play offensive line. I don't know. I had an unknown caller. They might have said, "Hey, man, we need some help." I think they called it Dynasty too. I think they called Dynasty too, and a couple of more guys in the chat. Hey, man, we didn't have. I mean, think about that, man. So it's nowhere that we can go but up this year. The defense is fine. Like, I mean, you think about we lost to N'Kobe Dean and we lost on Reed Blankenship. And I feel like both of those guys are replaceable. So I do like Hunt as a break. I like Hunt and Makuba. And I mean, really, you can't miss on any of these guys on defense for possibly having a breakout season. It's gonna probably be like game by game.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, you got 52 up in here. Hit that like, hit that comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Join the nation, the flock, Bird Gang Nation. We join some channel membership. We're gonna have some exclusive stuff going on. I'm actually thinking about giving out some open practice tickets, guys. So make sure you guys are sharing this content, subscribing, checking out birdgangnation.vip. The website's out. You know what I'm saying? It's being worked on. Getting better and better, guys. Join the nation, join the crew, and be a VIP fan with the Philadelphia Eagles and Bird Game 31. So, yeah, man. That if I had to go for one for the offensive side of the ball, a breakout player on offense. Since we already talked about Cooper, we already talked about Bigsby. I'm gonna go with Tyler Steen. Okay, the least talked about of the linemen on our squad. You know, Tyler played great in his third year with the team at the right guard spot last year. He wasn't an all pro or pro bowler, but he definitely played some good football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he needs to go get bigger. As he said, he got bigger this offseason. We shall see. Because if not, I'm going to see my boy Bell go and slide up and take his
Yeah,
spot.
I take Bill. Man, you know how I feel about Tyler Steen. No disrespect, but I mean, man, what that high hopes, man. By the end of the season, it was no hope. And unless he went and found, I don't know, unless he went and did what Wimby did in the off season, man, he gonna need a big turnaround. I mean, I hope you're right, but we need a lot out of him this year. We really
Yeah.
need a lot out of Tyler Steen, so hopefully he can break out.
There's just things you can't do. Like, that position was always good with bigger, taller, bigger, more physical guards. You thinking of Brandon Brooks, Mekhi Becton. Those guys are huge monsters, huge road graders. And I think he's more of a technician guard. You know what I'm saying? He's not no huge monster out there. And it's going to take for him to get bigger, faster, stronger every year and start using some of those skills to really set himself apart. Even Landon Dickerson's a monster. He's a big, huge guy. So Tyler's team, man, like I said, I'm happy you played pretty decently last year. It wasn't great. It wasn't like you're the best guard in football. But you played where, the line was so messed up that you were one of the best players on the line, but you're thinking like three starters was out to get that recognition. So let's help you step up this year, my guy. Step up, ball out. Or there are some young guys that be right there ready to take your spot. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, I wouldn't even be opposed to moving. I heard Bell play for Lane Johnson the last couple of days. He's been in for Lane Johnson. But where's Fred Johnson at? Fred Johnson's supposed to be Lane's back up, but they got Bell out there. So either one of those guys, both of those guys are monsters too. If you want to keep both of them on the field, maybe one of them start over Steen, but I don't know. I think Steen's going to keep that starting spot for right now. And hopefully he gets better this year than he was last year. Like I said, it's going to be a lot easier. You hear from all these players a lot faster. The best thing that I heard from all of them were it's about getting to the line of scrimmage and going. You know what I'm saying? He goes, last year they got to the line of scrimmage. They had to kind of break down the defense once they get up there. call assignments, who's got this, who's got that. But this year they want the guys to get up there and go. Don't let the defense dictate how you adjust a play. You just run your play, no matter what defense is out there, and let them, make their own mistakes. So I like that system. The Eagles were behind the eight ball a lot last year. You know what I'm saying? They were behind the eight ball a lot in terms of freaking, fall delay of games and running the clock down into the last 5 seconds of a freaking, play clock before they're doing it. And even getting up to the line of scrimmage, we're getting laid out of the huddle. So hopefully they fix all those problems. And I like to see like what they're talking about. Just get up there and go. Boom, boom, boom. Less react, more action and less reaction. Yep, that is your preview of the website. Make sure you guys get up there. We got 29 in there. We need to get up to 50. Let's get it to 50 before open practice. Let's get 50 people on there. Get that thing rolling. Get that thing rolling. So, we got all your little rookies there. We got new game night, too, guys, for the Philadelphia, Jersey area guys. We're going to be out at some of the hottest Eagle bars, restaurants that feature the Eagles, and we're gonna be doing some game nights this season, probably on away games. So be on the lookout for that. We got a lot of stuff coming. I'm talking Big Cam, tailgate. We're gonna be doing some things like that. Getting ready for while we're not watching the game, there's plenty of other stuff we can get doing now. Like I said, the game night feature is gonna be awesome. I think people are gonna get a chance to win some merch, tickets, prizes, a bunch of stuff out there. So, like I said, just make sure you guys go in there and subscribe. That's the latest video there. Cool. What I'm saying? We got content on there too as well. Working with some content creators to get some of their content on there as well. It's gonna be nice, man. We were just starting this journey together. The season hasn't started, so a lot more stuff will be better once the season actually gets started. But it's a good work in progress right now. So make sure you guys tap in on there, check it out, and show your love for Eagles Nation, baby. Show your love for Bird Game, my guy. I'm finding charts again.
Sure.
Get back up
Yes,
there.
sir. Hey, in the comments, hey, let us know what's something y'all might want to talk about next week. We'll add it in for you. Give us some feedback.
Next week we do got a special guest.
Okay.
Chris McPherson from the Philadelphia Eagles. You guys know him, the head of, Eagles media over there.
Okay.
For the Philadelphia Eagles. You guys seen him on my channel a bunch of times, man. We do shows every single year. It's awesome having a guy that actually works with the team inside come on the show and, give us his little breakdown. So be on the lookout for next week, next Tuesday night. Unless he changes it up, he said for sure next week. He said give him a date. I told him Tuesday night for the show. But we should be seeing Chris McPherson the next Tuesday night. That's going to be something nice to look out for. Hopefully get Liz back. Salute to Liz out there. Hope you're having a great night there, Liz. We need you back on the show. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what we had down for the night, right?
Yeah, we got everything in tonight. Hey, appreciate the chat, keeping us active. Yeah, we appreciate all the love, all the feedback. Gives us a lot to talk about, especially like, hey, all the comments, they keep us laughing, keep us going. Hey, 11-6, my prediction for the Eagles.
Oh,
I know you, that's my last take, especially we have to get some things together. And I think we're going to win the NFC East. So that's my prediction for right now.
11-6 again, my guy. Come on. What I tell you, we cannot be the same going forward. An easier schedule, a better team, better coaching. We're definitely higher than 11 games this year. I'm going, like I told you, 14-3, 15-2, or 17-0, baby. Because ain't nobody on this roster DG's worried about. We can dominate every team. If our offensive line is healthy, you about to see another 2K say out there. I think we're going to be running the ball. I won't say he get 2,000 yards, but I will say he probably can get up there to the 1,600 yards this year for the complete season. So, and 2,000 combined yards maybe for Saquon this year. So it's gonna be a very special season. Make sure you get more people to come out and support the Philly Alert. Let's get this show. We want to make this show the best Eagles show ever.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys show your support, share all the content, like all platforms. And until next time, you know what I say at the end of my videos. Fly, Eagles, fly. And go Birds.
Steve Lloyd joins us in the studio now. Steve, Philly Fever live in the city of Brotherly Love tonight. It is Jack